All right, Coach. Stepping out of conference play against still a familiar opponent in Bowling Green, just a couple hours north. As preparations for this week against a Bowling Green team that's going pretty well in the early going. Is kind of the game plan in preparation?
Well, our preparation doesn't change in terms of what we need to work on. From week to week, we got to get better in all three zones, and with and without the puck. Bowling Green's a very good hockey team, well coached. They work extremely hard with a purpose, and you have to be ready to go. They're one of the top teams in the country right now, and they're playing really well, and we have to be ready on both sides of the puck.
Why focus on positioning today and then throughout this week on the ice?
Well, I think it's something that is probably a little bit well overdue in terms of just making sure the guys understand where we want our guys to be and what situations that they might face from shift to shift and different situations, so that we're understanding the game and understanding the situation that might come up and then reacting the right way to it. And so we did a lot of that, on the early part of the season, just a refresher course here lately, and hopefully we can improve on those things.
How will that factor into your transition through those three zones and make sure your team doesn't get caught behind the play?
Well, I think that's all part of it, right? We just we have to understand the situation without the puck, and then the situation when we do get the puck, and where guys are going, and the communication part of it is probably the biggest thing for us, and just understanding that we still have to talk and we still have to communicate with each other, so that the guy with the puck or without the puck knows exactly what he needs to do, and how those situations play out.
And then how do you want your team to kind of settle into their game quicker like they did on Saturday night in the second and third period?
Yeah, that's a good question. You always want to start the game off the right way, and we've done that. And there's times where we don't start the game off the right way, and we have to work our way into it. So there's really no formula for that. It's just a responsibility, I believe, on the individual to be ready to go and focused on his role and the game plan, and the little details and nuances of the game that happen from shift to shift that are really nothing new in terms of the game. It's just being ready to go and then parking whatever shift has happened. I think those are lessons that our young team is still learning, that things are probably not going to go your way every time, and being able to refocus and re-energize yourself to be ready to go the next time you're called upon is something that I think we're still learning and something we're getting better at.
How do you gauge the kind of resilience that the team has shown so far? There have been games, as you mentioned, where things aren't necessarily going your way, and you've been able to get some of those late goals. Things didn't start your way on Saturday, and managed to find a spark and get things turned around and pick up a pretty crucial split.
As a coach, you're always looking for, are we getting better in certain things? And I think we are getting better, and we're close. We're probably closer than maybe even I think. There's a lot of fight in our locker room. There's a lot of guys that understand what they need to do. We've got guys that are buying in, up and down our lineup. So it's not about that right now. It's just about making sure that we're ready to go and playing every shift. And Saturday night we put a little game on the line and played 5-minute segments. I'd like to get away from that and just play the game. Play the game the right way and see what happens. Sometimes you're going to get bounces, sometimes you're not. But I'm a big believer, and our staff's big believers, and really our program in general, our culture has always been big believers that if you play the game the right way, good things are going to happen to you. So that's where we want to get to. We want to get to the point where, hey, it doesn't matter who we play, it doesn't matter where we're playing, it doesn't matter the situation. We're going to play the same way, and we're going to play hard, and we're going to compete, and we're going to pay attention to details. And when that shift is over, then we're going to refocus and move forward with that.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.